Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. I hope wherever you are in the world, today's been treating you so well. In today's video, in case you can't tell, I have got my second tripod up on my drawers here. We are doing another Shop My Stash, and of course it is like the first week in August. So I'm in full autumn mode already. I love autumn, I love autumnal makeup, and I am so excited to just start the creative juices blowing into autumnal makeup. So that is what we are going to be doing today. I have a vision, I know what palette I want to use, but other than that, we're going to get into the drawers and we are going to shop my stash, pick out a full face of makeup for the day. Let's just see where this takes me. So if you like these shop my stash videos, I have got a full playlist. I will link that up above, but let's get into the drawers. Let's pick out the products for today's look. We can be nosy in my drawers. Let's see what I've got going on in there. Okay, so welcome to the drawers. And the vision that I have for today is the 'Tis the Season Cosmic Brushes palette, because I want to do something, I'm not really sure. I want to do something with like the orangey, browny tones, something a little bit pumpkin spicy, but there will be plenty of time for more pumpkin spice looks. That's just the sort of like warm toned sort of vibe that I want to go for today. I want to use this palette, so this is sort of what we are building the look around today, and I want to sort of dig into some products that I haven't used in a while, more autumnal vibe makeup. So let's start with, I do think I want a sort of glowy primer. What am I thinking? Maybe glowy, hydrating, something like that. Maybe, I've not used this one in a while, the Essence Hydro Hero Primer, and there's not a lot in that, so I'll use that one. I also really wanted to use, because I remembered the other day that this one smells great, so I wanted to use this one, the Barry M Fresh Face Fixation Setting Spray that smells like cherries. So that can be that one. I already have my brow products over on my table, so not picking anything for brows. Do I want a glowy primer as well as a hydrating one? No, I think we'll be good just with that Essence one. So I want a foundation that firstly I haven't used in a while, and secondly is a little bit more sort of full coverage, a bit more glam. So should we go for, ooh, choices. Should we go for the Collection Lasting Perfection Matte Foundation? This is in 6N Cashew Neutral. Let's go for that one, because I think that over that primer as well will be really nice. Then for concealer, oh, let's use this one, because again, I've not used this in a while. So this is the Made by Mitchell Brighton, and I think those shades together like that will be a little bit brightening and like a lot of coverage. So that is good for that one. Let's pick a powder that I've not used in a while. What have I not used? Oh, this one that's like right at the back here. Cannot remember what I think of this. So the 17 Perfecting Finish Loose Powder. What did I think of this? Who knows? Can't remember. So we'll use that one. Then I'm thinking probably just a matte powder bronzer. Yeah. Again, I really don't know. Oh, let's use this one. I've not used this in a while. The Beauty Bay. This is in the shade Fawn. Let's use that one because I do like that, and I've not used it in a while. Then for blush, we've got orange and pink, but I think I'm going to skip these ones. Let me zoom you in a bit. There we go. We've got orange and pink. I don't think I want orange or pink. I think I want a plummy colour. And actually I was initially thinking this one from the Beauty Crop, which Have I used that? It doesn't look like I have. I thought I had used it. This is the Luminous Powder Blush in the shade Delightful. So let's use that one. That is a little bit glowy, but I do think I also want a powder highlight. I want something... What's the vibe? Do I want Moira? Do I want Catrice? I might use the Catrice one, you know. I've not used that in a while. The Catrice Pearl... Oh, what does that say? The Catrice Perfection. That's what it says. Highlighter in C01 Shell Shine. Really, really nice, smooth highlight. So let's go for that one. I do think I want... Zoom you in a little bit more. Do you like the pyjama bottom sock combo and the dead plant? There's not a lot I can do about the plant now. I think it's time for the bin. So obviously we've already got our eyeshadow. I don't need anything out of this drawer either. Then I do think I want a very dramatic mascara, because I'm going to go more drama today. So let's go for the... I want black. I feel like I've used all of these recently. Let's just go for the e.l.f. Big Mood. This little mini one. Let's go for that one. And then obviously a liquid liner. Again, I feel like I've used all of these like fairly recently. Let's just go for the MUA Control Freak. This is in black. Do I want brown? Let's pick both. I will pick both because then I can decide when I get to the end what vibe I'm going for. So I will just pick the same in brown. The Control Freak from MUA. I do really, really like those liquid liners. And then lastly, I want something nudie for the lips, potentially. I feel like a red is like the obvious answer. I don't know why I'm crouching like that, killing my knees. Yeah, red is the obvious like autumnal choice, but I feel like something more nude. And what haven't I used in a while? Let's go for this one. The Essence, the Slim Stick in 102 Over the Nude. Couldn't tell you the last time I used this. And then I'll pick a lip liner that I feel matches when we get to the end. But that is everything. Let's get all of this on my face. Okay, so I did just do my brows and also my eyeshadow primer so that we can jump straight into the eyes. I'm going to be doing the eyes first today. I know I don't normally do that, but I'm feeling like going quite glam today despite the fact that I'm still in my pyjamas. Yeah, just going to go a bit more glam, a bit darker, a bit smokier, and then like clean it up. That's what I'm thinking I'm going to do. So the brows are the MUA Brow Define Micro Precision Eyebrow Pencil in mid brown. Why was that such a tongue twister? I don't know. The e.l.f. Wow Brow, and then I have also put the eyeshadow primer across my lid, which is the e.l.f. Lock It Down. So let's go ahead and start something with the 'Tis the Season palette. I'm really hoping that they get more of this in for like the Christmas season this year, because this was, I think this was number 2 out of my all year last year ranking out of my eyeshadow palettes. This came number 2. I think actually it was joint with the top one, which was the Blend Bunny Robert Welsh Divination. Love that one too, but this is what, stop getting sidetracked. This is what we're going to be using today. So starting with a fluffy brush, and I'm going to go first into Ginger, the nudie shade, and put that all the way through the crease, because this is just ever so slightly sort of a little bit darker and a little bit warmer than my skin tone. So this is like my perfect sort of above the crease shade. I figured it would definitely be beneficial to zoom you in as well so you could see what I'm doing. This brush also definitely had shimmer on it, but that's fine. We're going to be going quite shimmer heavy today. Anyway, obviously I want to use that Candlelight shade, this one, because it's insane, but also I might use, I don't know, a bit of tinsel. I also really like the green shimmer, this Decorations shade. We will see where the day takes us. I have no idea. I did do a load of content around this palette last, like, Christmas season, so I will link any relevant videos up above, but that is that one shade all blended out above the crease, and you can see it is just ever so slightly like deeper and warmer than my skin tone, but nothing too crazy. Then I want to take something a little bit smaller. Let's take this one, which is also a Cosmic Brushes brush. This is the CB4. I've got a couple of these, I love them, and let's go into Cookies, that more burnt orange shade, and I will keep that further into the crease. I love this shade. I love this like warm burnt orange rust shade. That is so, so pretty, and definitely the vibe that we are going for today. So without me even necessarily really trying there, that has sort of, maybe I'll go for something a little bit more rounded today. Did I mention I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing, but I'm happy with that. So I'm just going to stick with the same brush, and I'm going to go into the darker purple, like plummy purple shade. That is called Mulled Wine. And I'm going to tap that on the lid on the outer corner. So this will be our darkest shade potentially. Oh, that's blending into that orange so easily. Okay. I love I love, honestly, whack a green on the lid now. I could. I won't. I could. I was so certain that I wanted to use that Candlelight shade, but now I'm looking at Decorations and I'm like, that would go really nicely. So that is those three shades blended, and that looks like a fire across my eyelid, and I love it. So now the question is, do I use the green, or do I use the one that I was going to use originally? Let's just, the green, now I don't know what to do. What do I do? As always, I wish that I was doing this look on a live so that you could tell me what to do. What do I want to do? Or the other option is the pink on the bottom row, which is called Tinsel. Ooh, but that would go. So we've got Decorations, the green, Candlelight, the gold, or Tinsel, the pink. What do I do? Tell me which one to use. Tell me which one to use. I think I'm just going to be like very, very predictable and stick with what I was originally going to use, which was Candlelight. So let me tap that across the lid. It is very, very pretty. It is very, very pretty indeed. So let me just layer this up a little bit. I kept my nails a little bit too long when I went to get them done this time. Never mind. Never mind. But like, the autumn nails have started already. Like, that is how you know. I'm ready. I'm ready. So I'm just going to take a fluffy brush and tickle sprinkle over that top edge, but honestly, like, I don't even want to disturb that shimmer too much, because just really pressing it into the skin with your finger really like intensifies that pigment. Then just on the outer corner with that same smaller brush, just tapping over the edge, but like not disturbing anything that's on the lid, keeping that really, really nice and bright. And then I'm going in with more of a dense, smaller brush. And do I put the green on the inner corner or the pink? Maybe the pink, but I might do the concealer first. So let's go ahead and let's do this in order, okay? Let me clean up under the eye. It's not that there's really any fallout, but I do just want to sharpen that out a little bit, even though I do feel like I will probably end up rounding that out a bit. Let's just get rid of this that's like right down here, you know? I do tend to go a little crazy when I blend, so sharpen that out, and let's go in with the wing. Where did I put the liquid liner? This one. I think I'm going to go in with the brown. So this is the Control Freak Precision Brush Tip Liner from MUA. This is the brown shade. I'm feeling like that will go best. So I'm going to go off and do a liquid liner and mascara on the top lashes, and then we can finish up the rest of the face with all of those lovely glowy base products. I'm excited about the combo. I'm excited to try that blush because I don't think I've used that before. Who is surprised? Okay, so liner and dramatic mascara is done. So that's the lid. That is exactly the vibe that I was going for. Sort of pumpkin spicy, but also for me, I feel like pumpkin spice and pumpkin spice latte are two very different looks. This is pumpkin spice. There's no brown in it. So it's not got that coffee element, you know, of the pumpkin spice latte. So this is exactly what I was going for. Let's zoom out and we can do the face, and then potentially add that green to the inner corner because it's me. I feel like that would really look nice with these warm tones, that green, just a little bit right on the inner corner. Let me zoom out and we can do the rest of the face. So the primer for today, I'm wanting hydrating. The Essence Hydro Hero Primer, 48 hour hydrating. And I actually don't even know if there's anything left in this. I mean, there must be something or I wouldn't have put it back into my drawers. You would hope. But, oh, there we go. So there is some. There we go. Let's just take a little bit of that and apply. Obviously, I've already done my skincare, but a nice hydrating primer, nobody's mad at that. And this is one of those products that like I just need to leave out on my table and use every day for like 2 weeks and then it'll be done. There's so little left in it. Then foundation, again, not used this in a month and it's like new, so, or like new to me, so I need to be using it whilst I'm still as tanned as I could ever possibly be. I know. So shade 6N Cashew Neutral. Let's take a couple of pumps of that and then damp sponge, because dry skin gal need the hydration, obviously. So let's tap this out. It's so much coverage, like it is so much coverage, and I do tend to lean into that in autumn and winter. I do like more coverage as the weather gets colder. I don't know. I should want the more like lightweight hydrating things as it gets colder and the weather gets bad, but I don't know, something about more coverage feels more autumnal to me. Look at that coverage. It's so full coverage, and I've still got so much left on my hand. Okay, so that is all of that foundation that I got off the back of my hand there. This is looking sufficiently blanked out, and also I feel like the amount of coverage and then the warmth on the eyes is making my under eyes look like I am an extra in The Walking Dead. So I need concealer, the Made by Mitchell Brightening Concealer. I have this in LBR4, and I'm going to use that teeny tiny little concealer brush from Real Techniques, the Makeup Saver Concealer Brush, so that I can really like be precise with the application up near the eyeshadow and such. So, oh, actually I don't feel like that is going to be like crazy brightening. Okay, put a bit out here, and let's blend with this teeny tiny little brush. Let's start out here, tap it in, lift the face, artificial facelift. Yeah, I love this brush. I really love this brush, and the bigger version of it as well that came in that set with the sponge. I really hope that they sell these separately eventually, because I think the brushes are fantastic. The sponge, however, you can only get the brushes in the set with the sponge. The sponge I don't ever use. It is out because I just filmed a worst makeup of the year, and I used that sponge to blend it out. So that's my thoughts on the sponge, in case you're wondering. But the brushes are great and so easy to use. Like, they're just the perfect size for really getting into that like inner corner. They're just perfect. If you're in the market for like a concealer brush, I highly recommend that set, despite the fact it comes with that sponge. I don't recommend the sponge, in case you can't tell. Let's make this absolutely clear, the sponge is garbage, but that's the only way that you can get the brushes, and I think it's worth it. Even if you only use the sponge for like, I don't know, scrubbing your dishes, it's so worth it just for these two brushes. So let's tap out the other side now. It does take a little longer with it being a smaller brush, but that means you can be a little bit more precise with it. I love the brushes. So just quickly buffing over with that first eyeshadow brush, the fluffy one. No more colour on it, but I do like to just go back over to blend sort of in between where I've put that concealer, like right up here on the inner corner, in between the concealer and the eyeshadow that was already down. I look like a blank piece of paper with two eyeballs and two eyebrows. That is, it's a lot of coverage, that foundation, but I do enjoy the finish of it. And it lasts really well as well. So let's add some colour back into the skin, going in with the by Beauty Bay powder bronzer in the shade Born, and let's take my big fluffy brush and blend this in, add some shape back into this face of mine. Let's find these cheekbones again. I do really like this bronzer. I don't use it enough. I mean, story of my life. Look at the size of my makeup collection, but I do really like this one. Okay, so powder, bronzer, done. I feel like I'm looking really like, really tanned now. Hopefully it'll balance out, because I am not a tanned individual. The Beauty Crop Luminous Powder Blush in the shade Delightful. I think this with a really light hand. That is delightful. That really, really is. Okay, so that's not too pigmented. Because I am known for going overboard. In case you can't tell. In case you can't tell. Yeah, I really, really like the undertone of that. And that's I mean, obviously it's literally the name. Really nice and glowy. I have one that's more of a summer shade that I have been using obviously all summer. But this one's lovely. And I feel like the tones of that go really nicely with the tones in the eyes as well. Ugh. Autumn is here. I am an autumn. I am an autumn. So let's add some highlight. I brought that powder over, but honestly I don't feel like I need it. I don't want to mattify this anymore. I'm already looking just as matte as I would like to. So the Catrice Perfection highlighter in a Shell Shine. This is a really nice smooth highlighter, and again another one that I haven't used in a while, so I can't remember what I think of. Let's add some here. Oh, that's icy. Okay. Not necessarily what I was going for, but oh, that is very, very pretty. Okay. I am going to have to tap back over with my blush just to melt that in nicely, but that is okay. Words are escaping me. Okay. So like I say, just tapping over with a tiny little bit more of that blush just to dial down the iciness and to sort of blend that highlight in nicely with the blush. And I am happy. I am so happy with how that base is looking. So let's do the lip and then we can decide what I'm going to do with the eyes, because I definitely want something nice and smoky under the eye. I'm debating. I'm debating that green in the corner. Honestly, I will probably wuss out at the end. But we will see. So I'm going to go in with, oh, I've got a hair. I've got a hair tickling me. I'm going to go in with the Essence 8 Hour Comfort Matte Lip Liner in 03 Soft Beige. This is a little bit more browny, a little bit more nudie, and I think it will go really nicely with the lipstick. So, ooh, that hair. Oh, there we go. I know I'm in autumn mode, but my hay fever hasn't quite caught up yet, so if my nose is looking red, I'm allergic to the air that I'm breathing, okay? So that is just the lip liner in, what did I say, soft beige? Yeah, 03 soft beige. And the lip liner in 102 over the nude. And I do believe, yeah. Oh, very, very matte. But that is like concealer lips perfection, truly. And I am a millennial. So concealer lips is a little triggering for me, but I feel like that's just right. I actually think that that's all working really nicely. So let's finish up under the eyes, going in with that smaller brush that I was using for the Mulled Wine shade, and I will take a very, very small amount of that and add that right to the outer corner and round out that outer corner next to that wing. Then I'll just use that first big fluffy brush just to disperse that out a little bit. I might add more. I do feel like, I mean, I like a nice smoky under eye at the best of times. I feel like I need more, so let's add a bit more. Really smoke that out. Ooh, drama, drama, yeah. Okay, so I'm not actually thinking that I'm brave enough to add that green. I seem to remember, actually, in my defense, I seem to remember that I did a look using that green right on the inner corner, and it was a little bit too dark and not really, like, the reflect wasn't bright enough to work for me as an inner corner. If you had more of a medium skin tone though, that as an inner corner, that green as a bright pop of metallic green on your inner corner. So I am going to play it safe, and I'm going to take that more sort of dense brush, and I'm going to go into Tinsel, the pink, because I feel like that is a safer option right on the inner corner. So let's pack that on, and I will do my usual where I like swoop that up through like the inner part of the crease there. Yeah, I really, really love that Tinsel shade. It's so shifty and reflective. So really packing that on, and then swooping up through the inner part of the crease, and then it just sort of catches the light in a slightly different way. I feel like that was the right choice. I feel like, you know me, I am the queen of going overboard, and I would have done too much with that green. And I do feel like that pink just ties in nicely with like the more pinky tones on the outer corner. So I'm just going to add some mascara onto the lower lashes, probably a little bit more onto the top lashes as well. And then we're done. I feel like this has taken me forever to film, but also I love how it's turned out, so I'm not bad. There we go. Lashes are just as dramatic as I want them to be every single day. I also remembered that I brought over that setting spray. I am not spraying that now. For fear of ruining the mascara and the eyeshadow and everything. So that is my first autumnal look of the year, but also like it's just a warm pink orange smoky eye. So is it really autumnal? I mean, I'm saying it's autumnal because I am an autumn. And if you don't know what that is from, it's time, girls. It is time for Gilmore Girls. So that is my finished look. I love it. So if there are any other Shop My Stash looks that you would like to see, anything in particular, let me know down below. Any themes, any vibes, any ideas, let me know. I'm trying to do these Shop My Stash videos a little bit more because it's fun, and also I know that you like to be nosy, okay? I know that you like to look through my drawers. I know that that is what a lot of people enjoy, so that's what I enjoy as well. So if there are any other Shop My Stash videos that you'd like to see, leave it down below. I am more than happy to do it. But that is today's look, my first autumn look of the year. Oh, I'm thrilled. I hope you've had a fantastic day, but until next time, thank you ever so much for watching. Bye bye.